I want to apologize in advance. I'm feeling a little under the weather tonight. Woke up today with a sore throat, runny nose, coughing. So I'm going to try and keep this kind of short and brief. But Monday Night Football just ended. So let's do a little recap. I'm not going to get into big details on most of the games. Just the games that I really cared about. There's the hiccups. Yeah, I got the hiccups too. So it started off Thursday night. My night off. Got to watch in Seattle. The LA Rams played the Seattle Highlighters. I call them that because if anybody saw the game, they wore bright neon green jerseys. And coming off of an embarrassing loss in Green Bay, they dominated 24-3. Like I said, I like the Seahawks, so I liked seeing that. Good stuff. So then we get to Sunday football, and we start off with Baltimore Ravens playing an embarrassing win. I call it that because, excuse me, offensively, the Ravens got outplayed. The defense really saved it for them. And in the very end, the Philadelphia Eagles had a chance to tie it up, take it into overtime where they probably would have won. But they went for the 2-point conversion. This was the second 2-point conversion of the day. And they got one. They missed the last one when it counted the most. So the Ravens pull off a almost embarrassing win in Baltimore versus Philadelphia Eagles. So Miami played in New York against the Jets, won 34-13. Then you had Cleveland losing. They haven't won a game yet. They lost to the Buffalo Bills 13-33. Then Green Bay in Chicago won 30-27, very close game. Then here's an interesting game. Jacksonville Jaguars in Houston lost 20-21 in a game where they had that game going. Excuse me, there's the hiccups again. What ended up happening is Brock Osweiler got benched after what I think was 2 interceptions. I might be wrong, but he was leading the team to basically face first into the dirt. And then I think his name is Tom Savage, something Savage. He led the team to a turnaround victory versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, 21-20. And pardon me again for these hiccups. I don't know what's going on there. So then we got Tennessee playing in Kansas City with a last-minute winning field goal, making the score 19-17 Tennessee. That was a letdown for me. I'm a Kansas City fan, so that was a letdown. But hey, kudos to Tennessee for keeping their name alive. Then we got Indianapolis playing in Minnesota, and Indianapolis played their best game all year, 34-6. That's amazing considering how they've been playing the rest of the year. So then we got what I thought was going to be the game of the week. You had Detroit Lions in New York, and Detroit Lions and New York had identical records, and basically fighting for the same thing here. I thought it was going to be a lot closer than it was, and I thought Detroit was going to come out winning just because of more playmakers. But New York Giants showed that they are a true playoff contender. Now, both teams should make the playoffs, but New York ends up winning 17-6 New York. And then we got Pittsburgh and Cincinnati in a game where Pittsburgh was losing most of the game. It looked like Cincinnati was going to be the spoiler, and trust me, I had my fingers crossed for that. However, a comeback game, just like in the Tennessee game, Pittsburgh ends up winning 24-20. And then we had a shootout here in Arizona. New Orleans versus Arizona. New Orleans wins 48-41, eliminating Arizona from the playoffs. Then we had San Francisco getting dominated by Atlanta 13-41. This Atlanta offense is all fire, baby. All fire. So that leads us to New England and Denver. This could have been an amazing game, but it wasn't. New England wins 16-3. That's right, folks. 16-3. Then we got Oakland Raiders in San Diego, 19-16, regaining the second seed in the AFC. I was hoping that the Kansas City Chiefs would have hung on to that, but they didn't. Oakland won, Kansas City lost. So there you have it. It's our second seed right now. It could still change, but it is what it is. And Sunday Night Football was a very, very close game. There was a lot of close games this week. Tampa Bay in Dallas. And this game was going on as I was ending my work shift. And when I left work, it was 20-20 locked up. When I got home, it was 20-23. And I watched the final drive of the game. Tampa Bay had the opportunity to take, if they would march down the field and get a touchdown, to take the win. However, it was a miserable drive that led to Dallas winning 20-26 Dallas. And Monday Night Football just ended with Carolina playing the spoiler 26-15 in Washington. It's a real shame too, because I was really pulling for Washington to make the playoffs. I was really hoping Baltimore and Washington would both make the playoffs and just have a good run. I wasn't expecting either team to make it to the Super Bowl. Hopefully Ravens do make it to the Super Bowl. They have to beat the Steelers next week in order for that to happen. However, that's not what happened. Carolina knocked out Washington, really outplayed them the whole game. And that's this week's football. Week 15 is now officially over. Like I said, a lot of close games, couple spoilers, interesting football. We only got 2 weeks left before we get in the wild card weekend and the playoffs. And it's getting really exciting. Some of these teams really deserve the shot that they got. We got a lot of teams that haven't been in the conversation for playoffs in many years. Like Oakland Raiders, they actually got their first playoff run since 2002. So that's actually pretty amazing for them. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep this short and sweet because I'm not feeling well, under the weather. I'm hoping that I'll wake up tomorrow and feel a lot better. But I wanted to make sure I at least get this recap. Like I said, week 15, very interesting week in football. And moving forward, I know the football season's going to be ending soon, but I want to give a shout out to my girl because she bought me a very nice laptop for Christmas, in which case I will be able to use that with my microphone that she also bought in order to move forward with doing more of these little audios. And hopefully soon I'll be able to launch my own podcast online radio show. That's the goal. And now I have all the tools in order to do that. So I want to shout out and give a public thank you. Thank you very much to my lady. Hope everybody's enjoying their week so far. Hope everybody had a nice weekend. and we still got a lot of exciting football coming up. So keep keep watching, and I will talk to you guys next week. Have a good night.